Is it working? Is it working?
In action.
All right. Welcome everybody to a little experiment here. We're going to talk about movement. So I think everybody knows. Do we need to introduce each other?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
She's Ellie.
There's Allie.
Yeah. There's Matt.
There's
Christina. Christina.
All right. We start a movement challenge. So we first want to talk real quick about what the movement challenge is. So the movement challenge is over the next 30 days, we're looking for you to move 80% of those days. I don't know how many days a week that is. It's over 30 days. So what counts as moving? Definitely going to CrossFit counts as moving. But I would say you are the judge of moving, right? So if you lay down in your bed and you're like, wow, I did something today that I felt like I moved with intention, that I got my heart rate up, and I moved today, then you did it. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You need to hold yourself accountable more than anything else, right? If you lay down in bed and say, wow, didn't move a lot today, then be honest with yourself and don't mark yourself down as completed. So anyway, that's the challenge. Don't overthink it. Just hold yourself accountable. So now the big question would be, from a consistency standpoint, why are we talking about movement? And why are we challenging people to move 80% of the time? So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I think about with movement, and I'm happy to hear what you guys hear too. So for me, movement is this whole thing, like you think about just evolution, right? I mean, we were designed to move a bunch. The reality of today's world is that you could spend the day sitting very easily. That would not be a hard thing to do. And so if you don't have a plan and you don't take some time to do it, you could easily spend the day just kind of sitting. And who wants to do that? So for me, like, that's why I think about why I need people to think about moving 80% of the time. What about you guys?
For me, movement is it's medicine, and we've talked about that. I love to say things like, people are like, oh, this feels like this. I'm like, when's the last time you've moved? Motion is lotion in your joints. As you age, you want to move. And I always like to flip the script on people and say, what's the opposite? So if you're not choosing movement, you're choosing a lifestyle that's still. And that's just not going to help you. Not going to help you feel good. Not going to help your brain feel good. It's not going to help with your hormones. It's not even going to help with your nutrition, how you process things mentally, physically. So to me, that's just like the answer to longevity and health.
Cool.
100%. And to what you're saying about evolution and what you're saying about medicine, I feel like movement is really the antidote to any stress, to anything we have going on in our life. If you look at, why people take pills or why people are looking for the next best thing, movement is literally the solution to every single one of those things. In the sense, I know that's a really general way of saying it, but movement is healing in so many ways, and it's, pun intended, the first step forward in your health journey. So we're really trying to advocate that and find ways to get people moving and explain to them just the massive value behind it.
Yeah, I heard somewhere along the lines where somebody was talking about this idea that, like, if I could offer you a pill that would lower your blood pressure, make you happier, help you lose weight, improve your mood, improve all that kind of stuff. And if I could offer you that pill, like, would you take that pill? And everybody's like, well, of course I would take that pill. Yeah, that sounds like a little miracle pill.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's movement.
Yes.
Like, and the nice thing about movement, compared to like lots of other pills, is like that's all scientifically backed. That is the stuff that will happen. So it's just kind of one of these things where you think about, like, it's crazy, really, when you think about the impact that movement has on your body.
Start at any age. Like, everyone argues, oh, it's too late for me now. I have too long of a journey ahead. And you can literally start and see incredible improvement and change your entire life.
Yeah. The other thing that I just kind of think about is that people think like it has to be like just this massive thing to make a difference. And it does not have to be massive. I've heard people lots of times talking about these ideas like movement snacks. Have you guys heard people talk about movement
I love
snacks?
that. Yes.
Which is kind of this idea of just a quick little, like, 10 squats when you're going along, or if you walk up to a flight of stairs, you run up as opposed to walk slowly up, and how just those little things are just magical from a movement standpoint.
It's Dr. Rhonda Patrick.
Yes, she's totally all the time. Yes,
she challenges people, and this is a great perspective and way to look at it too. She challenges people every hour to move, to do something like that, those movement snacks, and or after you eat. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of science and research into how.
walk after dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Now, to clarify, we're not talking about movement snacks right now.
Yes.
Like in order to hit your little
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
we're looking for a movement meal, right?
Yeah.
So actually eat some movement.
Yeah.
Don't just snack on some movement.
Yeah.
You know, actually eat some movement. Because as much as a little movement snack is great, I mean, I think a key thing that we've been talking about from a movement standpoint is lifting weights.
100%.
Right. You know, and strength and how important being strong and being muscular is and having muscle mass and how that is. I mean, you know, again, just talking from about just how your body works standpoint. I mean, the thing that I always joke about, but I think is really true is I like to have a lot of muscle because I like to eat. You know what I mean? And muscle absorbs calories, it absorbs all that stuff. You can take in a lot of fuel when you're muscle.
And why not backload it? Because as we age, we're going to see the decline in muscle,
Yeah.
right? So backloading now and starting that strength journey. And again, even if you've waited to start it, that's fine too. But it's so important for your metabolism, for living a long life, for moving well and staying safe as you age. All of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like the safety of the joints because of my own experiences or watching like a grandmother fall, break her hip. So supporting the joint, and then you're thinking about mentally activating things, the balance that we need.
Yep.
You know, single leg strength, all of that different stuff to me is
100%.
protection.
Yeah.
You guys feel about, so I have the utmost respect for both of you. I feel like you're incredibly dedicated and great at finding ways to show people how routine is important and how we stay on top of movement. So how do you two look at movement and how would you suggest people coming into this challenge to make it part of, I like to make movement part of your hygiene. Like it was
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
How do you guys encourage people to do that? Or do it yourself?
Well, for myself, I mean, your analogy for the hygiene is a great example, which is it's just non-negotiable. I mean, it just is a non-negotiable. Now, that doesn't mean that there doesn't need to be a plan, right? For as I'm thinking about like, oh, I got this going on this week or that going on that week. Like, how am I going to accomplish it? Just like you might do with your toothbrush, right? You might be like, hey, I'm going to work early, so I got to brush my teeth, before I go upstairs, as opposed to when I go upstairs, or but you do that, right? I mean, like when you're on vacation, oh shit, I got to brush my teeth,
Yep.
So it's the same kind of thing. I mean, I might look at the week and be like, okay, it's gonna be a little bit tough, but it's not an option. Like,
You just traveled, for instance, and I
Yeah.
still want to hear your response. But you just traveled and you came back and you were really tired. How did you navigate that from a movement standpoint? How did you make sure you got it
posted
done?
about that.
yeah, I mean, I've been posted about it because I think that one of the things that I always say to people is just show up to class. Just show up to class. Like, I think some people they look at a WOD, like the WOD that I talked about, which was wall balls and toes to bar, and they're like, oh, the coach is going to be really bummed out with me if I only do air squats or if I decide to do sit-ups as opposed to whatever. The coach is going to be bummed out with me. The coach is not going to be bummed out with you. I mean,
We're just happy you're there.
we're happy you're there. And if anything,
Especially when you're tired. I want to hug the members that
Right.
walk in and say, I did not feel like it. I was so tired. I'm like, yes.
right. And that's almost, it's fun in my mind too, because now I've got this person that's saying like, I'm here.
Yep.
I need you to help me, Matt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is a great opportunity where I can think
Yep.
about how do I help this person.
Yep.
Because after my little movement, I felt great.
Yes.
I felt great. And all those endorphins and all of that kind of stuff, and stuff like that. So anyway, I do think that, as we go through this, I mean, that's one of the things I want people to hear is like, just come.
Yes.
Just come. Just come. And the great thing about our community is part of the reason I come is because even though I'm just going to kind of do my movement, I'm going to see my people I work out with, and
Yep.
I get to do a fist bump, and
Yep.
how can it get any better than that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It changes things.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how I think about it. And yeah. Uh-huh.
I think that's why the group setting too is a lot of people don't want to show up with a group. It's so intimidating, but it's the difference in how you feel and leaving and actually getting something done.
Yeah.
I love that. Actually showing up for class, doing it,
Yeah.
So
And then there are other things I would say too, is like, I can't go do CrossFit 5 days a week. It's just like too much for me. So, I'll do a little bit of yard work. That counts as movement. And if I've worked in the yard for an hour and a half or whatever, pulling weeds,
Yep.
that's
That's
plenty.
it. Yep.
That's plenty. That's plenty.
And because you CrossFit, you're fit enough to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, I mean, I think the reality from consistency standpoint is, I think you're exactly right. It's got to be hygiene. It's got to kind of just be a non-negotiable
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it has to be the non-negotiable and the willpower with yourself,
Mhm.
because the brain is so powerful and wants to be right. So it'll try to trick you like,
Yeah.
oh, that's hard, or you're tired,
Yeah,
or you have too many things
absolutely.
going on. So it's like you have to have the plan for the curveball of this is who I am, this is what I do, and it's the expectation of yourself to uphold that.
Mhm.
And if that's not your jam, then ask a coach to help you find out, how do I show up?
Yeah.
What do you see in me? Because like we talked about Gretchen Rubin's 4 tendencies,
Right.
there are different people. And if you need help with that, the coaches look at that mental aspect as well.
Yep.
But it's like in the beginning talking about what's the flip side of that. My whole thing is, okay, if I don't go, what does that look like? And if I do go, what does that look like? And I've never, ever had anybody come in and say, I didn't want to come and I regret coming.
Right. Right.
They
Right.
show up and they're so glad they did.
Right.
And that's the
Uh-huh.
flip side. Oh,
Right.
the flip side is I don't want to, but when I do, I'll feel better.
Right. Right. Totally. Yeah.
So I think knowing that ahead of time is like, start walking. You don't have to have everything set in motion to have a great session. Sometimes you even think it's going to be horrible, and you're like, that was one of my best workouts.
Yes, that
My
happens.
body clicked. My
Yeah.
brain said,
You start
"Let's
moving.
do
You start
it."
moving. All of a sudden, you're like, oh,
Mhm.
actually, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I heard something the other day that resonated with me that said, are you living the life you imagined? And I bring so much of that back to movement, because to me, a lot of roadblocks that happen at any age come with physically not being where you want to be, or mentally not being where you want to be, and moving physically can help you mentally as well.
For sure.
And to me, that's just something that like you're talking about accountability with yourself
Mhm.
and showing yourself who you are as it ties back to your character and who you are. And I think all that's really important. And these are big questions to ask yourself. And it seems like, why would I ask myself such a big question when I'm tired in bed? But guess what? It's going to get you out of bed.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Right.
And I think that even though we ask questions, sometimes I think for our community, they do see all these angles, but then they ask too many questions. And I think it really is as simple as show up. Like, we've set up a space where you have a coach, you have an entire community encouraging you. So if you walk through the front door on all the days that you're meant to be there, the rest will unfold in the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to.
Totally.
So
Cool. Well, we're promising not to bore you. And maybe we've already done it. So we're coming up on 15 minutes. And we're looking forward to talking to you guys more about movement over the next 30 days. And let us know what you think of the video. How do we turn this thing off? What's the button to put? Hey, someone turn that off.